Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to WCHED Online in Training TOT-1. We are almost done. Yes, we can see that the finish goal. Goal. Let's do it. And we are going to share about the LePSAS learning technique in this morning. Okay, look at see. You will be able to understand the LePSAS approach to teaching, and you will be able to explain what LePSAS stands for and can ask the 5 short questions. And you will be able to present the problem posing a role play as a starter. 7 questions to answer. Think about what practical thing you have learned to do outside of school. Like elementary school and junior high school and senior high school and college. Yes, we have learned like this style. What did you learn? Why did you learn it? Who helped you learn it? What was the relationship between you and the person who helped you? What was the situation when you learned it? In what way did you learn it? Can you remember anything that made your learning easier? Yes. So why, what, who, how, where? Right. And observation. What have you observed about our teaching style until now that have been different from the way you have been taught in the past? A pastor has a lot of questions, right? Right. I have questions. And what else? Yes, we make a small group divided into depend on how many participants to attend. Yes, we make it separate and make a small group, and I give you the questions. The small group should discuss for answer and sharing, report back, and a role play starter and video and many case studies. Yes, you're right. Based on the way you have learned in the past and what you have observed until now, and what can we learn about the teaching chess? Okay. Take teaching to the people and teach where the people feel comfortable. And teach by demonstration, not just talking. And use discussing. Build friendships between the teacher and participants. And teach what the people desire to learn, encourage and motivate from the visible results. Let people practice on their own. Help people elevate their work. Follow all participants to help them individually. Build confidence between facilitator and participants. Do not become discouraged by failure. Facilitator must be willing to spend time with you, with the participants. Last, the best teaching involves variety, using as many senses as possible, right? So LePSAS stands for LE, learner-centered, right? And P, problem posing. S, self-discovery. A, action-oriented. S, spirit-guided, right? So learner-centered, problem posing, self-discovery, action-oriented, spirit-guided. So LePSAS, right? Okay, one by one. What do learner-centered mean? Focus is on the learner, right? And start with the learners are at by. And taking time for greeting. Hello everyone, like this. How is going? How is it going? How are you? How is your son? How was the weather last night? right? Like this greeting. And take your time to find out if they are comfortable in mind and body. Please have your seat and take some snack for you, all right? And teachers use this learner's name. You, please lead. No, don't say you, not point. We can call the name, learner's name. Anna, please. And teacher repeats learner's statements. Like Anna says, Mei-an says, Samurai says. And all sit in a circle, including the leader, because like that. Everyone is at eye level and in eye contact with everyone else. And someone other than the leader does the writing. And everyone contributes something to every discussion, if possible. And the problem is often referred back to learners for their personal ideas or for buzzing in twos or threes or in small groups. Why is this important? It helps the facilitator know where the learner is in his understanding, right? So we use problem posing. Starter where the learners are at regarding on single, specific, solvable problem for each lesson. And post or present that single problem in a simple, clean, and stimulating way. That presentation is a starter of our thinking processes and leads into discussion. And one technique for starting discussions is problem posing starter. The starter does. And it is something which poses problem. It is something that reveals or separates a problem. It is something which started the process of thinking. And why use a starter? We use it guideline to discussion, right? And it gets people's attention. It simulates thinking in a group. It helps to make an image real. It helps to focus on problem. It helps analyze that cause of the problems. Yes, so problem posing. Because the participants easily can understand and open their mind thinking. How do we accomplish this? Learners should be able to tell you based on the last exercise. It's self-discovery, right? After discussing, after solution in small group. And the learner discovers self-worth when he is taken seriously by the facilitator and other learners in small group and a large group. And through dialogue, conversation, or inductive method, the learner discovers within her, his own thinking a good part of the answer to the problem. And all good listen will lead the learners exclaiming like, aha, yes, you're right, and give a big hand like this. And most of these knowledge will come from individuals within the group. And incorrect answers are made acceptable by modifying them when they are repeated. Okay, sorry, think one more. You're near. You are in, but you need to think one more, please. Like that. You're wrong, you fail. Don't say. And go from no to unknown, right? And go from concreted to abstract. And go from general to specific. So what does action-oriented mean? It means action-oriented. Good teaching is helping people to learn to do something, right? And that something is to solve the specific problem which was posed in the lesson. The lesson is not complete until learners have made plans for acting on the solution. Who, where, when, how, what, like that. And what does spirit guided mean? Spirit guided. All teaching under the guidance of the Holy Spirit. You're right, Holy Spirit. And without the Holy Spirit, the teaching can become humanistic. Yes, humanistic. Absolutes needs to be transmitted, like therefore, loving, correcting. Therefore, loving correction is needed. God is final authority. And the facilitators do give input. We are seeking to teach God's internal truth. The Holy Spirit enables us to communicate the truth. The Holy Spirit changes lives from the inside out, not us. Inward transformation necessary, which only comes from Christ before firmament behavior changes. Last one, humbling and encouraging for us as believers. God is at work. The demonstrating starters. SHOWD questions. We can call showed question. The letter is initial, like what things or what people did you see? S as C in the starter. And what was happening? H. What was the specific problem posed? And does this happen in our place? O. Why doesn't it happen? W. What can we do about it? Letter D. So this sort makes the teaching LePSAS. It takes some time for people to get used to this style of teaching, but then they'll really begin to like it and find it hard to listen to lecture methods. What makes up a good starter? Yes, it is short, not long and long and long. It's short, like 1 minute, 2 minutes, like role play and showing video clip. And clear, it means that the participants can understand clearly. And simple. It should pose one problem at a time, and it shows a real-life situation in given community. It simulates discussion built on their experiences and thus the group's knowledge. It should be simple and self-explanatory. It should be true to the culture. It should call for action. It should not give the solution. It should get people involved. It should be solvable problem. Yes. The starter cannot give the answer to the participants. Just making questions, and making them for action. And all people involved, you should make this good starter. Actually, we are doing like this presentation, make up a story of anything like role play for good starter. But we are in your house, in your place. We are using only online training. But I give you this assignment. After each small group has made your presentation and discuss presentation in light of LePSAS method, then report back. Don't forget, make up the story of anything like role play, which there is mighty the big problem in your area and making the story simple, clear, and shorter. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time.